there, Oz.
Hey there, Curtis.
Hey, what movie are we watching this week?
Well, like we promised, last week's Bergman-inspired film as a movie marriage. It's a movie marriage of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Meets The Stupids.
Yep.
Crossed with Beavis and Butthead.
Uh-huh.
With a little bit of Memento.
Ah, yeah.
This week, we're watching Dude, Where's My Car?
Nice. As we do, we both really enjoy like the movie marriage. So even on the off week, Memento would have made mine as well.
Yeah. That jumped in my head, honestly, 20 minutes ago when I was letting the dogs out.
Yes.
I was like, wait a minute, this movie basically takes place in reverse.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's just like Memento.
Yeah, we catch, just like Memento.
I think Christopher Nolan was a director of photography for this, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's why it was shot in IMAX.
70 millimeters.
On the shoulder.
That's where I watched it, was at an IMAX theater.
Chris, we're a little overboard. No, trust me, I've got a vision.
This is how it's got to be done.
This is how it's going to be. So anyway, what you were putting together movie marriage.
Yes, I would have had Sprockets, the Sprockets sketch from Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Wayne's World, maybe.
Yeah.
The Hangover, maybe. Men in Black. And then Abbott and Costello, Freddy Got Fingered were all possibilities for me.
All good ones. All very good ones. I took Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure out because I thought Bill and Ted learned something.
These guys are dumber by the end.
They did not learn a thing. So no, that's out.
San Dimas High School football rules.
Right. Beethoven and Socrates. And...
Socrates.
Welcome back, listeners, viewers, to another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. We are wrapping up questionable films.
Yes, we are.
This week, and we will debut the July theme at the end of this show. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I'm the other host, Curtis.
And we definitely want to give a shout out to our favorite stoners. Our Patreon subscribers, Don S., Aaron A., Amanda K., Melissa L., Colleen K., and Lyle M. Thank you guys for your patronage. Dude, Where's My Car?
Yep.
Man.
Now, I had never seen this movie.
I have, but it's been so long. And this is one of those films, like a lot of the late 90s, early 2000s.
The naughties.
Exactly.
The naughty audies.
The naughties, yes. That it's one of those films that like they threw everything in the kitchen sink at this film. Mm-hmm. And if you watched it in 2000, you probably thought, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Does not age a lick. Like, not once. So to revisit it, your first time, but of course, you've got 25 years of not only cinema, but just living and societal
knowledge and insight
and societal growth, cultural growth, in ways. Yeah. I'm not saying that everyone in America or the world is beyond this, but I would think that we at least Hollywood is a little bit more inclusive and accepting. But my wife and I had seen this movie prior, and she had said, like, I remember that being a little better. I'm like, a lot of room for improvement.
Yes, that's big words from your spouse.
Yeah, I looked at the as I often do, as I'm sure you do too, like I look at the director and I'm like, what's this guy done before? Arrested Development, Gilmore Girls, Freaks and Geeks, Felicity, The Tick, Sopranos, The Office, like, good stuff. And Dude, Where's My Car? So it's like keep him in a 21 to 58 minute window. Guy's great.
Once you get past that,
give him more film to film on, and you get Dude, Where's My Car? And Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. And although I am curious to see his film from 2009, Gary the Tennis Coach.
Gary the Tennis Coach.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Okay, you're also leaving out part of the title too.
Oh, I'm just going off Wikipedia. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yep,
it is.
Yep, I'm on IMDb.
Yeah. I'm on Wikipedia, so I just clicked Gary the tennis coach. Revisiting with Seann William Scott.
Yeah, I'd say also a pairing. And he is in his acting stable.
That's true.
As one may say.
Yes,
and Randy Quaid is in
SWS is in this acting
SWS. 80
miles.
80 miles.
Oh, AD.
Oh.
But anyway, so we're gonna cover Dude, Where's My Car in this episode. My goal is to keep it less than the runtime of said film. I don't think minutes. We don't need to give it that much breath.
I think we should beat it.
So I've got the plot of this
masterpiece,
this thing.
Cinema.
It made a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Ton of money.
I'm sure it did, and I'm sure it didn't cost much either.
$13 million budget, $73 million box office.
That's a good profit margin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm sure they offered him a chance at a sequel, and he says, "Oh no, I've told my story."
11 of that 13 million just went for Hal Sparks.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not going for a cash grab.
No.
Like, how am I going to step above Chris O'Donnell's brother?
He actually paid them money to be in it.
Right. Let me, please.
This is my big breakthrough.
Oh my! So who's in this? Who's in this film?
Who's in Dude, Where's My Car? Well, I mean, let's start with the titular dudes. We have Ashton Kutcher as Jesse Montgomery III.
Yeah, that's Billis Preston Esquire
of the Montgomerys.
Yeah.
And then we have Seann William Scott as Chester Greenberg.
Yeah.
I don't think they got into his cultural background with a last name like Greenberg.
Nope, they sure didn't.
No. We have Christy Swanson as her character's first name is also Christy, just spelled differently. Well, because that matters.
Yeah. She takes risks.
I refuse to have a character named Christy. Well, what if we change it to CH? Done.
Just call me Tristy.
So Christy Swanson as Tristy Boner.
Yeah.
Yep, that's her last name. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like in was it Family Ties as well as WandaVision.
Yeah.
Yep. She's a distant relative of Evan Peters as Ralph Boner from WandaVision.
Yep. And that's pretty much it for the last names in this movie.
Yeah, literally that's it. As we're looking through Wikipedia here, we have Jesse and Chester's twin sister girlfriends, Wanda and Wilma, played by Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, Elektra's own Jennifer Garner.
Alias's own, as well as Marla Sokoloff. We have a David Herman sighting.
Yeah, we do.
As neighbor Nelson.
That serves zero purpose.
No. There's no point to his character.
He's the Stephen Wright sleeping on the couch from Half Baked.
Basically, yeah. I got a aforementioned Hal Sparks as Zoltan.
Yeah.
Charlie O'Connell, yes, that O'Connell family as Bully Jock Tommy.
God, he looks just like his brother too.
Yes, that might come up later.
Okay.
And I'm just really. I'll also mention one of the space cult members, Zelmina, is being played by Mary Lynn Rashkub. One of those actresses who's been in all sorts of stuff.
Yes,
she's in 24.
She was one of Adam Sandler's sisters in Punch Drunk Love.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Good reference. Also in an episode or two of Always Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very, very funny actress.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also, I'll mention two more. We also have uncredited appearances by Andy Dick and Brent Spiner. Yes, that one from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yep.
Data from Star Trek.
From Star Trek.
Yep. He's there too.
Well, it fits because there's aliens in this movie.
That's I like to think that this is in a shared universe with Star Trek.
It is, yeah. These are the halves.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there's Lion King 1.5. This is
this is
Star Trek 2.5. Dude, where's my car?
Star Trek 0.5.
It's what we did once we got rid of Khan. Like we went to find our car.
I like to think that Captain Kirk is a long descendant of Chester Greenberg.
I'm sure he is. Sure
all right.
is.
Well, that's the cast of characters.
Oh,
Dude,
boy.
where's my car? Hey, Oz, how about the plot?
The plot of this movie is simply complex.
Simply complex.
Thanks, Tina.
Yep.
Jesse and Chester wake up, and it's been a night of chaos because Jesse wakes up with like Trivial Pursuit cards stuck to his face.
Yeah. What kind of night did they have? Getting in a Trivial Pursuit in the wee hours.
Yeah. So he wakes up. They wake up with hangovers. They have no idea about their previous night. And basically all the checks that they wrote the night before are coming back to them within this next day. Like that's the story of this movie.
Yep.
It's hijinks happened. We don't know what they were. And we find out when Jesse and Chester find out.
Yeah. Thus Memento is your punchline.
Yes. So they have got an answering machine message from Wilma and Wanda, which they know are their girlfriends, but yet they still seem psyched every time their girlfriends call them. Like, yeah, all right, they called. But it's
they are very excited by
they very excited.
Yeah.
A lot of exposition happens on this answering machine message as the girls remind them that it's our anniversary and you come over and we'll give you a special gift.
I think the exposition was the brand of the answering machine.
I think it was one Panasonic. No. It was exhibition. JVC tape still though.
Yep.
And so Wilma and Wanda, come over for our anniversary. Don't screw this up. Don't screw this up, boy. Like they're yelling at them through the answering machine.
Well, and you get the idea that they've screwed up many times before.
Oh, they are screw ups. Like
why else would the twin girlfriends be like, all right, don't mess this up?
I've got a twin girlfriend story. I'm not tied to it. My first year as a resident assistant at WIU, I had a pair of roommates. I don't remember their names. I do, but it doesn't matter. Sure. And they were best friends. They came to college together. They roomed together. They ended up dating identical twins on another floor in the building.
Okay? Interesting.
Yes. Now, one would expect in a situation where you have roommates sharing a room and twin sisters sharing a room that they would cross over and no, all four would stay in one room.
Okay.
Yes, it was a frequent topic of conversation on the floor.
I'm sure
as it just didn't make a lick of sense. Whatever, like behind closed doors, stay behind closed doors. But still, it was just odd. Like
that's a little bizarre.
Yeah, and it's like the roommate thing odd enough, but it's like identical twins. Like that's. Date them if you want. I don't care. But why are you guys all staying in one room?
Trivial Pursuit.
Probably, yeah. Well, it's because the twin sister said, "Don't you screw this up.
don't mess this up, boys."
So the boys are finding out things. They open the refrigerator and the cabinets, nothing but pudding.
Yep. Snack packs everywhere.
They don't know why.
They're frequent flyer miles they're trying to build up.
Exactly. That's why she was along.
It's because of Punch Drunk Love.
I almost put Punch Drunk Love on but the pudding didn't play enough of a through line, so I was like, I don't want to tie into that. Their boss from the pizza place, Mr. Pizzacoli, shows up at their door to yell at them that you guys are supposed to deliver these 10 pizzas last night. They didn't get delivered. Where are they? And it's just dumb. Like they throw the pizzas up at the ceiling, and as the slices are falling one by one, look, there's a unicorn. Look, there, it's stupid. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's very juvenile.
And so they get themselves pulled together. We got to go because the gifts for the girls are in the car. They go out front and, dude, where's my car?
Where's the car?
Yeah, where's the car? I don't know. Well, where'd you leave it? I don't know. Dude, where's my car? Dude, blah, 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 blah. So we got to find the car. And that's what this movie is. It's a hunt for the car.
Yeah, it's a very literal movie title.
Yes. It's a hunt for the car. They start walking. It's just bits after bit, like, hey, there's the old lady. Let's stand in the middle of the road and wave at her, and then this lady veers off and runs them over.
She did swerve just to hit him.
She did swerve. Yeah, she swerved to hit him.
She swerved into him.
And then drops F-word stoners because she can't stand these guys. But they're polite. These guys are polite.
They're not mean guys.
No, they're not mean at all. They're just dumb.
They're harmless.
Infantile and yeah, but they are very harmless. And so, but their journey to find these gifts stem from because the girls promised them a special treat. And of course, they have automatically assumed that's something sexual, because they
quote unquote special treat.
Yeah. So that's what they're assuming it is. So we got to go find the car. Then it's basically Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which was almost another one. But again, I didn't want to tiptoe around some of my favorites. So didn't want to put the stink on them.
Besmirch the name of Pee-wee.
That's right. So they find themselves at a strip club. They go in and everybody knows who they are.
Yeah. By name, by first name.
Yeah, because they were in there last night with a briefcase full of money, just throwing it around. One of the dancers takes Chester back to recreate the night before. Well, this dancer is transgender. We make a big stupid to-do about it. It's very distasteful and just disrespectful and rude, and that's all we're going to go there.
Yeah.
They then... the chain of events don't really matter.
You could probably tell most of this movie in any order.
Yeah. They go to... they go to like their dealer's house. Who he's Nelson is his name. It's very mellow. His dog, they think the dog is dead, but the dog really only reacts to smoking weed because it's funny.
It's funny.
Because fun. And it's like bowl is shaped like itself. So funny.
Really obvious puppet in some sequences.
Oh, very obvious puppet. Yeah. So they load up and go get food. So they go through this Chinese restaurant drive-thru. We get one of these very famous scene from this movie where honestly, this is probably the least stoned that Jesse was through the entire movie as he's ordering what they want to eat. And the Chinese, the lady behind the menu is just, and then I would like General Tso's and then some fried rice, and it goes on about 6 minutes longer than it needs to.
It took forever. It's only an 83-minute movie. I felt like we spent 50 of them in the drive-thru.
It drug on. It really wasn't that long, but it took forever. They discover at one point they've got tattoos on there. They got tattoos the night before, which, this, like we talked pre-show, a little charming here.
I admit the whole, and again, this was the bit that, they put in the commercials and the whole, they got tattoos. One of them has the word dude on the back.
Yeah. Because they can't see their tattoos.
Yeah. What's it say?
Dude.
Sweet.
What's mine say? Sweet. Oh, well, what's mine say?
Dude.
They're not.
I admit I chuckled at this.
Well, to be fair, and I don't want to give Kutcher and Seann William Scott too much of a runway.
No.
But they are competent actors
in these roles.
They are.
Yeah.
But they're in these roles right now. Like, really, Ashton Kutcher he's just doing that 70s show.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
And Seann William Scott
is Stifler.
He's like a dumber Stifler.
Well, and he's honestly more like a PG-13 Stifler too.
Yeah.
Like American Pie movies, he was pretty raunchy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is their wheelhouse right here. Not Steve Jobs. This is your wheelhouse. And so, yeah, they discover they got tattoos on their backs. At one point, like, they're leaving someplace and they get yanked into a van by some people. Turns out these people are like UFO cultists.
Yeah. The minions of Zoltan.
Yeah, and Zoltan.
Whatever it is. I forget what the hand thing was.
But it's, they're, every time they say Zoltan, they have to react. They're basically, these guys are like the flunky followers in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got from them. They
a little bit of the bright and shiny people from Bubble Boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's an even better one. We come across a tailor, like they've got a tailor. But we can't forget Tristy Boner.
Tristy Boner.
Because I didn't see that coming right away. They're standing there oogling her, and because it's Kristy Swanson, and Kristy Swanson in this era of her life was pretty hot.
Yeah.
And so they see her coming, and they're like, guys, like they're getting all, because they're like, she's way out of our league.
Yeah, they know who she is.
Yeah, but they also know that she's way out of our league. And so she acknowledges that they're there, which is exciting enough for them. And then she comes up and basically is like, Jesse, thanks for last night. And then like lands a real big kiss on him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So she starts basically taking his hand to fondle herself.
Yeah.
Does this remind you? Does he's like, no, I really don't. That's when
I put in my notes, she lets them grab her boob.
Yeah. And but again, they really don't have a clue what happened the night before.
No. All
of these events are nothing is clicking, nothing is jogging their memory.
Not even the boob grab.
Not even the boob grab. I like Jenny even said as we were watching last night, because Christy is standing there letting these, like, taking their hands and feeling her up with their hands.
Does this jog your memory?
Right. To which then her boyfriend shows up.
Charlie O'Connell.
Yeah, Charlie O'Connell and his crew.
The lesser O'Connell.
Right. Charlie O'Connell and his frat boys all show up, watching these guys touching her breasts, and then threatens them with, if I ever catch you doing that again. You caught them doing it now.
Yeah. If you're going to do something, do it.
And that's even what Jenny said. She's like, yeah, that seems like a realistic response. Like, I saw what you're doing, but if I see you do it again.
Yeah.
So sweet, I get a free pass on this one.
Yeah. Notwithstanding that Tristy was the one who initiated it.
Right. Yeah. It's all her, because they're seriously like, we're just happy that you're even talking to us.
Yeah.
So we get a group of five hot chicks. Like, we're super hot chicks, which are clearly aliens.
Yeah.
Like, instantly aliens. And they're looking for the continuum transfunctioner. Yep, that's what they're looking for.
Those are the best science words they could come up with.
The continuum transfunctioner. Whenever these 5 women leave, immediately these 2 Norwegian aliens show up.
That's my sprockets from SNL. Even though I get Germany, Norway, but
right. Yeah, these 2 came off to me like extras in Zoolander.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, or like Right Said Fred. That's these guys. And so they're also looking for the continuum transfunctioner, which I guess now gives us 2 things to look for in this movie: the car and the continuum
and the device that could destroy the universe.
So it's literally like falling down-esque, as these guys are just walking through town.
I didn't even think about it that way, but yeah.
And all of these events are happening to them, and they all happen to be about these guys. I didn't think about it till right now either, but it's like Michael Douglas walking through LA and everything's just happening around him. And so what boils down is all of these events have happened at some point the night before. The boys got their hands on the continuum transfunctioner, which is now why extraterrestrials are looking for them.
Mm-hmm. And cultists.
Right. So they find themselves at an arcade, mini golf, Dave and Buster's, basically. Mm-hmm. Captain Stu's Space-O-Rama.
They didn't even bother taking it down.
Well, it's written here.
Captain Stu.
Captain Stu's Space-O-Rama. Which makes sense because, again, we've got extraterrestrial life here. Mm-hmm. They get inside and apparently there's a big party. Because Zoltan and all of the cultists are there. They have kidnapped Wilma and Wanda.
Because, of course.
Because of the continuum transfunction.
That's what you do.
And so we will trade you the girls for the continuum transfunctioner. The smartest thing that these guys ever did was just grab a toy and tell them it's the continuum transfunctioner. So they swap this device, this toy, for the girls, and then immediately reveal it's just a toy, because they're idiots. Yeah. So, Christy, Tommy, and all of the dudes, the bros, they all show up.
Everybody comes, like Bubble Boy. Everybody converges at the end.
Nelson and his dog show up. The dog, Tommy grabs it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Tommy and Zoltan get in a fight over the transfunctioner. That's when they realize it's toy. Then the Norwegian aliens and the hot women show up, and that's where they reveal that toy's not the transfunctioner. Chester, for some reason, because plot, is messing with a Rubik's Cube while all this is going on.
Yeah. Well, the tailor that made the special suits had an inside pocket.
I forgot about
sewn in just for this Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. Because he solves this Rubik's Cube, which turns into the continuum transfunctioner. Luckily he was right there when he did it. Mm-hmm. So now we have to worry about this continuum transfunctioner. The guys they've been given a warning. There's 5 lights that are flashing. And if those 5 lights stop, the entire universe is destroyed.
It's destroyed. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Jesse says at one point, "I refuse to let us go down in history as the dudes who destroyed the universe."
Right. Yeah.
I put my foot down.
Wild stallions. Right, you dudes wail. So Jesse and Chester, because we've got 2 sets of aliens that both want the continuum transfunctioner, Jesse and Chester have to figure out which group of aliens is there to save the universe and which one is there to destroy it. So it's like The Thing, basically.
Yeah. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy?
They both, of course, claim we're the good guys.
Yeah.
We were with you last night. It's evident in everything that we did last night that we're the good guys. So, of course, Jesse and Chester can't remember last night.
Of course.
They picked the Norwegian men as the protectors. Thankfully, they were right because they were asking them questions. Jesse, again, pulls out his thinking cap here. And he's asking the Norwegian men questions about the previous night. And who got, did I get a hole in one on the 18th hole at the mini golf course? And they say, yes, you did. And he knows they're the good guys because memento, he has all the pudding. There's a banner here at Dave & Buster's that says, get a hole in one on the 18th hole and you win a lifetime supply of pudding. Yeah. And because they have the pudding, which somehow they gave them to him that night.
They got it all home in the fridge and the cabinets.
Yeah, here's your entire lifetime supply. We've had it in the storeroom. It's yours. Thank you for taking this off our hands. So because and even whichever twin is with Jesse is well, how did you know? He's because I got the pudding at home. He's he's at a completely higher, different level of thought than these
very
guys.
Proud of himself for putting all that
very
together.
Proud, yeah.
Because I got the pudding.
So at the very last second, these Norwegian aliens deactivate the continuum transfunctioner and save the universe, which naturally upsets the 5 super hot women.
Yeah.
They then merge into a kaiju.
They Voltron together.
Yeah, they do. They mighty morph into this 50, well, it's not 50 foot because it'd be really high ceilings in this Dave and Buster's. But this giant S clad, all she has on is bra and underwear. Bra and a mini skirt.
Yeah.
Underwear underneath it, because we get a really, really gross when she's stepping through and she steps over this son and dad and they look up and you could see the undercarriage.
Yep. And
the boy makes the, I want to ride that ride, daddy. And the dad goes, me too, son. And it's like, that's so gross. The 2000s were terrible.
It was a weird time.
Very, very, yeah. Tommy asks her if she prefers one method over another, to which then she picks him up and just swallows him whole. I'll let you fill in the blanks. Christy doesn't really care that her boyfriend just got eaten. She goes, chases after Jesse and Chester. The people in the cult are telling them to like interact with I have the photon accelerator annihilation beam. That's
photon accelerator.
That's right. You got Marvin Martian here.
Science words.
Yeah. Activate the photon accelerator annihilation beam on the continuum transfunctioner.
What the photosynthesis
right.
riboflavin.
Yeah, just hit the borophyll button. So
chlorophyll, more like borophyll.
The button to this photon blah 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 is too far inside the functioner to actually press it. Luckily though, Chester watches a lot of Discovery Channel. Yep, and he's been watching like monkeys use things as tools. Yes. And so he remembers that monkeys will use these sticks to gather food through holes, uses that same logic. We probably could have gone with 2001: A Space Odyssey in My Movie Marriage. That would have worked too. Just idiot monkeys. So yeah, he presses the button, which destroys the aliens. Tommy does survive, but Christie's already moved on to Nelson at this point and his stoner dog. The Norwegians thank Jesse and Chester and the twins for saving the world. Not really sure where the twins play into this. Whatever. And then they hit them with the Men in Black shiny thing, like erases their memory, which, to be fair, Jesse and Chester didn't have one. So they're like goldfish. Right. Yeah. Didn't have to rewind too far. The protectors had the car, so they returned the car. And so they can find it in the morning, and they basically rehash the beginnings of whatever. And the twins like take them back, and they find out that their special treat is not what they anticipated, but instead matching berets. Yep. With their names on them. Monogrammed berets. What a nice gift. Thankfully, though, the Norwegians had them in mind, as they also left them with an anniversary gift, as they gave a breast enhancement to the twins. It just inflatable right there. Complete, complete with timpani drum. Yeah. So Jesse, Chester, the twins, they go out for Chinese food while we recreate the What Do Our Tattoos Say? And that's Dude, Where's My Car? That's 2001's Dude, Where's My Car? Oh, this movie was bad. Yes. Oh, all right. Well, hey, folks, every week, Az and I give our own unique rating to the film we've been yapping about, 2001's Dude, Where's My Car? Question mark. Az, how would you rate this flick? I'm giving it 1.25 speed, because that's what we watched it at. So you got it done in like 60 minutes. Good for you. We did. We got it done. And the only times you could tell, because they were stoners, so they spoke a little slower anyway. Sure. The only time, like, Jenny forgot we were watching it at 1.25 speed until music was on. If there was music in the scene, it was very noticeable. And there's a couple times she's like, "Oh, I forgot we were watching it sped up." I'm like, "Yeah, this is the way. Like, this is the way to watch garbage."
Yeah.
So yeah, 1.25 speed.
Good for you guys.
What about you?
I'm giving it 24 shibbies. Which was a word this movie tried to invent.
Tried really hard. It
really did.
Yeah, like this and fetch were the two, like, let's try to make this.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. Conan did a bit as well in like the late 90s where they had a whole segment, and it wasn't really a thing they were trying to do, but it was kind of like this where they invented a word called crunk, the all-purpose swear word.
Okay.
And of course then they proceeded to use it in all the contexts, but crunk. Yep. This movie really, really tried hard to make shibby a thing, and fortunately for culture everywhere, it did not happen.
Thankfully.
Hey folks, every week Az and I scour the interwebs searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well in this week's edition of Outside Insights. Hey Az, what is your Outside Insight?
Mine's a little longer. It's a 2-paragraph job.
Go for it.
By J. Hudso 28. I am 51% sure it's satirical.
Sure.
But it's still well written enough. It's a 5-star review left 6 days ago.
Ooh, recent.
Yeah. Dude, Where's My Car is at its core a transcendental exploration of the human psyche, a cinematic opus that dissects identity, memory, and the fragile nature of reality with astonishing depth. Under the guise of absurdist comedy, it becomes an existential odyssey, a modern parable for the postmodern age. Through Jesse and Chester's desperate search for their lost car, the film stages a profound meditation on the fragmentation of self and the often arbitrary nature of meaning. Their journey, episodic and surreal, echoes the disjointed rhythms of dreams and trauma, revealing that the search for something external, a car, a moment, a sense of purpose, is often a mirror of the internal quest for coherence and self-understanding. At the heart of this masterwork lies the word shibby, a term invented by the film that transcends its invented etymology to become a symbol of utopian idealism. Shibby encapsulates joy unbound by definition, a pure emotional state that language has never previously captured. In uttering it, the characters reclaim agency over their chaotic, fragmented world, crafting a kind of spiritual anchor. Like Beckett's Waiting for Godot, this film stares into the void of modern life and responds, not with despair, but with euphoric nonsense, which paradoxically becomes the most sincere form of truth. Dude, Where's My Car does not merely entertain, it illuminates. Thanks, J. Hudso 28. Like I said, 51% sure it's satirical.
Yes, I'm going to go with the odds on that one. Still funny though.
But at the same time, like you paid attention.
Yeah.
Like you watched this and took something from it. But yeah, it's I didn't read. For one, I don't think anyone whose favorite movie is this says 2 words out of this. 2 multisyllabic words from this. You're not going to put together Existential Odyssey and say, Dude, Where's My Car is my favorite movie.
Yes, yeah, those are diametrically opposed.
You're not saying it. You wouldn't even accidentally say it.
No, you couldn't accidentally say it.
Your mouth won't form those words. So, but shibby is a word that
shibby is a word.
Someone who does love this movie probably still uses shibby.
Oh yeah, there's somebody out there who's still trying to make shibby happen.
Right. So, all right, that is that's my outside insight. What do you got?
I got 2 I'm going to share. The first one is very brief, as always. Mine are from the Internet Movie Database. The first is a 5 out of 10, left in August of 2021 by Big D Bay. 10 out of 10, funny A-word, S-word. This movie's a 10 for me. Laid back, doesn't take itself serious, just overall good times messing around. A classic I have it rated as a 5 due to my rating system.
That's right.
I had to transpose it into this.
I had to do some math. Yeah. I don't think that your person is J Hudso 28.
I doubt it. Something tells me this person uses like an ACT, SAT concordance table to try to equalize those right. scores.
Yeah.
To make his scale work right.
How is this going to fit on my? How's this going to fit on my 5-point scale if it's out of 10?
Shibby.
Exactly. If I only had if I had a transfunctioner, I'd be able to do it.
Continuum transfunctioner. Yeah.
What's your other one?
My other one is a 10 out of 10, left in January of 2010 by 4 strawberries.
Okay.
With the subject line, superb, original, funny, one of my all-time favorites. I can't believe this movie has such a low vote. I just watched The Hangover, which has a score of 8 and seems to be a complete ripoff of Dude, Where's My Car? Ever wake up with no memory of what you did last night? Only happened to me once, but then I lived through the 60s.
Oh my! But like, what do you expect?
I lived in the 60s.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Hey folks, it is that point in the show you've all been waiting for. The Let's Talk About Flicks signature segment, the 3, 2, 1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 haw, only 1 haw, about this week's movie, Dude, Where's My Car? Hey Oz, what are your 3 goods?
My first one, titular line.
I knew it.
I got my titular line. I'm always on the hunt for it, and this movie did not disappoint.
Yes, which immediately elevates it, I think.
Yeah. They're self-aware. Like,
yep.
This is what we're here for. My second one is just the very quick little cut of Mrs. Krappelman just hitting Chester, like swerving out of her way to hit him,
which was also on my possible good list.
It cracked me up. And the third, and I left that out on purpose, the Bust a Move music video segment right here, like smack dab in the middle of it, served 0. If they weren't singing along to the song, it wouldn't have made my top. It wouldn't have made my 3 goods, just because it didn't add anything. But the fact that Kutcher and Seann William Scott were singing along to it, it fits. Because I'm like, this wasn't music played in scene. This was like film music.
Yeah,
that they are singing along to, and it just cracked me up. Because like, this isn't even the movie. This is just.
Well, and it was a very kind of unironic. It reminded me of the video for Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
This was unironic.
Exactly.
And it was a little cringy. It got kind of close to
it was very cringy. Yeah. But knowing that it was just so stupid.
Yes, it was very stupid.
Like, that elevated it, because it's like, it's almost like it's like a car accident. Like, you couldn't not watch it, because
of course
you shouldn't watch it, but at the same time, like, oh, this is so terrible. I gotta see this through. Like,
0 point to it.
No point at all.
Nothing to do with the plot or the characters.
But I do like that song. I really like Bust a Move as a song. I like Young MC as a rapper anyway, and so that's why it made my 3 goods. So what do you got for your 3?
So it's one of your go-to like wedding songs.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For my 3 goods, I've got the first one. My first good is Jerry and Charlie O'Connell look a lot alike.
A lot alike.
They do. At first, I thought it was Jerry. It's like, no, that's like that's like Kirkland brand Jerry.
Right. Yeah. It's still quality. Like,
like still handsome-ish.
Yeah.
Just face is a little narrower, but
right.
Yeah, so that's my first good. Is that Charlie O'Connell looks a lot like his brother.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
I just wonder, do they look like their mom or their dad?
Yes.
Okay.
My second good, and this is a legitimate one. Jesse's desire. They're cleaning up. They end up back at the twins' house halfway through the movie to try to explain themselves. And outside of the house is trashed, but inside is not. And so, like, the girls have cleaned everything, and so they decide to be good boyfriends, and we'll take the garbage out for you. And of course, it's several gigantic bags of garbage.
Yeah, right.
And so my good is Jesse's desire not to take 2 trips to take the garbage out.
Yeah.
I do that that's with me and like groceries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Load me up. I got long arms for a reason.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I almost put the garbage bag scene in here because it did crack me up when, of course, it punctures a hole. They are trying to be helpful. They're just spraying like sewage,
garbage juice everywhere.
And then when I don't even remember what he drops, but when he's like, I'll get it.
It was a bottle cap.
Like a Mountain Dew cap or something.
I did appreciate that scene.
I did. Like I'm gonna get that. No, let it go. No. I get it. I get it.
He takes off his shoe and sock, tries to get it with his foot.
No, I get it. I did. I did appreciate that because it wasn't like in the movie. Like it was a scene that didn't play really into anything else that was going on.
Yeah.
It was just these two having a scene, and it was fun. Like, now I'll get it. It's like 2 of the 3 Stooges-esque.
Yeah. So that's my second good, and really the only legitimate good I have.
Yeah, that's fair.
My third good is that Seann William Scott is actually pretty good at looking stupid.
He's very good at looking stupid. I don't know what he does with his lip, but he gets his lip to like shape like an oyster or something. Like it's got a shelf.
So that's my third good. Seann William Scott, very good at looking stupid.
Great job.
Yeah, keep up the good work. All right, Oz, what are your 2 bads?
The opening credits to this movie were heinous. Not only was it like Lisa Frank like meets like every drug, but then they throw in this CGI something that made the dancing baby from Ally McBeal look good. The opening credits of this movie were abysmal, and
it was laughably bad.
But it's like, in that, if anything, that really set the tone for the rest of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Not that the movie was going like with cool credits was going to save itself, but yeah, you knew from the jump I wasted my money on this movie.
It was really bad.
And then more broader, the early 2000s, just lack of inclusion.
Yep.
This movie was terrible in just the way it treated people.
Yeah.
And these are nice guys.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, they're not trying to be mean
or
exclusionary.
This is just the culture and society of that time. It's just so, like you said, exclusionary. Because again, these guys are nice guys. They're harmless guys. But this was okay.
Yeah. In
2000. And that's not appropriate. That's not good.
Correct. I was going to use that one if you didn't.
So, well, what do you have? Like, can you find 2 other bads?
I'll search. It's going to be tough.
Well, good luck. Let me know when you find your car.
Well, I'll start with
where's my bads?
I'll start with my first bad. I'm going to use a specific moment. So kind of using yours as a springboard, the specific scene where Jesse is being assaulted by the transgender stripper, and just his reaction to seeing that she has a penis.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
And like Ace Ventura did the same thing.
Yep.
It's just it's just not. It's not cool.
Nope.
It's just not cool.
No, that's not something you play for jokes. My other bad is that Ashton Kutcher is bad at looking stupid.
He's very bad at looking stupid. Yeah.
So that's the other side of that coin. Seann William Scott, good at looking stupid. Ashton Kutcher, bad at looking stupid.
Isn't he pretty smart?
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's kind of an enigma. I don't find him to be a particularly good actor.
No, I don't either.
He's kind of a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
That's his bit. It's just like the dumb, lovable, like, bro.
He's got an IQ of 160.
Okay.
It's on Festivaltopia. I know it's true. But no, it's on a list of 15 celebrities you didn't know have a genius level IQ. He was an early investor in Airbnb and Uber, making him a very wealthy person.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's got to keep up that money to keep Mila Kunis happy.
Yeah, that's a win for him right there. Like, come full circle, and it's like, well, Demi Moore broke up with me. I guess I'll go marry Mila Kunis. Like,
poor Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, boo-hoo, Ashton Kutcher. All right.
So, hey, Oz, what's your All
right. I've never done a drug. Do real stoners act like Hollywood stoners? I'd like to think that in my time, I've been around people that have smoked marijuana. Whether or not they've done it in my presence doesn't matter. But these guys aren't high throughout this film. They're not stoned throughout this film. Yet, like, they're stoners, Hollywood variety of stoners. I'm just curious, like, do stoners in the real world act like these guys do? Because I've never come across one that just acts so just fried, like just dumb. Like,
yeah.
And so that's my is do real stoners act like Hollywood stoners? Are there people out there that are not named Jim Brewer that act like Jim Brewer?
Jim Brewer, Goat Boy.
Right. Are there people that like genuinely that are not him that genuinely act like him? Oh my. But yeah, that's my is like, are Hollywood stoners inspired by real stoners? I don't know.
It's a good question.
What's your
why couldn't we have had the better looking O'Connell brother?
Yeah, that's fair. We got Christy Swanson.
We got Tristy Swanson.
Right. If we bring Jerry along, is it going to be realistic that she leaves Jerry O'Connell for one of these other guys? No. Jerry O'Connell's going to win.
I mean, if it was Rebecca Romaine, who Jerry did end up with.
Yeah. I mean, Jerry O'Connell, then, if he were in this movie instead of his brother, he'd end up taking the twins from these guys. He's going to be like this literal chick magnet. They all just attach to him.
He ends up with the old lady who hits Chester with the car.
Exactly, yeah. All 5 of the super hot women.
Yeah.
So.
And twins.
Yeah. He gets the Chinese lady behind the speaker.
And then,
yeah.
Oh, it's you, Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, hello, Jerry. So, well, that concludes
questionable titles,
questionable films.
Yeah,
questionable movies. And
what a fun month.
They all were. That if you've been waiting for the conclusion of that question, the answer to that question, yes, they all have been movies. So
on the edge of my seat with that one.
No doubt about it. We got a 5-weeker coming for July.
We do. Yeah. July 2025 as measured in Wednesdays.
Yes. By Wednesdays. Yes.
Yeah.
5 Wednesdays.
So, hey, Oz, what is the theme for next month?
Well, the theme for next month is movies with musicians.
Yes.
We've done musicals, which was we've done movies about music.
About music, yes.
Right. We've not done a month of musicals. And
no.
I'm okay doing a month of musicals. Yeah. Like, I would, of course. I mean, if we could do Hallmark movies, I think it'd have to be the right musicals. I don't want to do like High School Musical or anything like that.
It has to have the word musical in the title.
Right. But I would do a Wizard of Oz. I would do, something along those lines. But I don't.
We just do Walk Hard for 4 straight weeks.
Right. And then Rent for the 5th one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do Walk Hard, Cats, Walk Hard, Rent.
Walk Hard.
Walk Hard, yeah. But no, for next month, we are doing an entire month, 5 weeks of movies with musicians in the cast playing prominent roles.
Yes, not just present.
Right, playing prominent roles. You're not going to find like a Zoolander because David Bowie was in it. Like
no,
because David Bowie doesn't count. No, we're talking musicians are acting in the film.
Yes.
What are we kicking it off with?
We are kicking it off with a movie that you and I have history with.
Well, yeah.
And I'm sure we'll tell the full story next week. But this was one of the Macomb.
Yeah.
Let's all pool our dimes together and get $1, and let's go to the 2 for $1 section and just laugh. And so we're gonna kick off movies with musicians month with Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. Yes, that Kiss, the band Kiss, made a movie in 1978 called Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. It's basically Scooby-Doo starring Kiss.
Yeah. And had you said, is that a movie? Like,
yeah,
that would have been a more worthwhile question for this film than any of the ones we just covered. But you are absolutely right. It's basically a live action Scooby-Doo minus the Scooby Gang.
Yeah. Plus the band Kiss.
Yes. And swap out Scooby-Doo the dog and insert the cat guy from Kiss.
Yes.
Yeah.
I read a little bit of the trivia and stuff earlier today. The band members did not enjoy making this.
I doubt it.
So I encourage you, whatever you can, give a read to the trivia and some of the behind the scenes stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like
I haven't seen it since college.
One of them was basically drunk or high the entire shoot, and the other one delivered his lines so bad they had to dub him.
Oh boy!
But he didn't show up. He refused to show up for the recording sessions, and so a different actor dubbed his voice. I think it was Peter Criss.
Yeah, I do see that here. Voice on screen of Peter Criss,
yep.
Michael Bell. Oh boy, yeah, I'm excited. Movies like this are right in my wheelhouse. I love a good one. Mm-hmm. But man, I've got a soft spot for give it your best failures.
Yes, yeah.
Dude, Where's My Car? No, like that movie. That's not my type of radar.
This movie has a charm to it.
And I think that's the best way to describe it. I love movies that just have a charm. And I know I've talked about it before, but movies like Manos, Hands of Fate, or Overdrawn at the Memory Bank, or just really anything MST3K worthy. Yeah. Like, they're bad.
Even like Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, they're just like Flash Gordon. Like,
yeah. That's another good example.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. And it's not a good film at all.
UHF. I mean, a lot of cult classics.
Yeah. I love them. I love them. So, yeah, Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, filmed at Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Of course, that's where it was filmed, on location
at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk Jenny into watching this one with me. Maybe I can trick her.
Yeah, there you go.
What are we watching? It's some movie with musicians in it. Curtis picked it. No, we picked it. So, I love that pick. That's going to be a great kickoff to, and fair assessment. It gets better. Like,
yes,
the remaining five.
Yeah, they're normally not all.
Yeah. Normally we tend to end our month with the stinker, just out of joke's sake. Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, Dude, Where's My Car, Cop and a Half.
Yeah,
like, no, we're gonna kick her off with the stinker this week. Yeah. This month. Oh, I'm excited for it. It'll be a fun month.
It is going to be a fun month, yeah.
So, social media-wise, you guys can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, as usual. Those they go well, but you know what? If they weren't for the longs, we couldn't cut the shorts out of them.
That's the logic, I believe.
That's true. We can't film just the shorts.
No.
I will say last week when I was running it through just the AI selector, like I just hit create clips and it gives me, 10 to 12 just snippets. And then I watch them to see if it's something that we actually want to put on YouTube.
Sure.
It wisely pulled the Iwegian triple.
Iwegian triple.
Yeah, I do. I love, that's one of my favorite parts of making these video podcasts with the AI piece included is when I let it pick, I like to see what did you select? Like what did the AI scanning through and be like, we're going to include this piece and this piece and this piece.
By the way, for those watching on YouTube, I just jumped out of my skin because Patreon subscriber Melissa L just opened the door next to me.
I saw you jump a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, we've got so you granted you have seen it by the time this goes live, but yeah, when I was polling last week, so the Iwegian triple made it. The Betty Carver, not Betty Crocker segment, AI grabbed that one automatically. You know, and it was and the yelling, "Give me back my son."
I'd like to think that we're informing the AI beast.
Yeah, I think AI goes through and it just looks for laughing and then backs it up 20 seconds. It says, "We're keeping that. We're keeping that. We're keeping that." So,
way to go, Skynet.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job, T1000. So, but no, that's where you can find us on the social webs. Looks like you got a Chicago Indie Critics shirt on there.
I do. Shout out to the Chicago Indie Critics. Yeah. Great organization. Doing
very great.
Great folks doing great things.
Doing God's work over there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, next month, July, already kicking off Movies with Musicians with Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. For another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Shibby.